My favorite Wreck-It Ralph character is Hubert, the little like orange guy. Welcome back to another Celebrity Sweets, the newest Wreck-It Ralph movie, Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, was recently released. And in this movie, Ralph travels to a whole new game via the internet, and I share my baking experiences with you over the internet. And one of the first teaser trailers that we saw was this of a bunny and a cat. It's one of those games where you like swipe the food to the right animal. The bunny gets pancakes and the cats get milkshakes. But Ralph kind of jumps into this game and constantly keeps feeding the bunny pancakes, and he ends up being really fat. So today we're going to be making something inspired by that first teaser trailer. We're going to be making some Oreo Pops that look like the bunny and his pancakes. To make these you will need mega stuffed Oreos, white candy melts enough to coat half of your Oreos and a little extra, teal candy melts, light pink candy melts, light brown candy melts enough to coat half of your Oreos, black candy melts, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 1/4 cup of corn syrup, a few tablespoons of coconut flakes, and some brown food coloring. The first thing we want to do is actually prepare our Oreos by inserting the Lollipop stick. To do this, I've melted down our white candy melts, and I've also got some Lollipop sticks. What you want to do is start by taking one of your Oreos and remove the top or the bottom. I don't think there's a difference. Place your Oreos onto a cookie sheet lined with some wax paper. Then take your Lollipop stick and make an imprint into the cream filling about halfway up. Next, dip your Lollipop stick into your white candy melts and then place it onto your Oreo. Seal the Oreo back with the other half of the cookie and allow it to set for up to 5 minutes. Our Oreo Pops have completely set, so now we can start to dip these. Again, I've just saved our white candy melts, but I've also melted down our light brown candy melts. And now what we want to do is add some coconut oil or coconut flakes to these candy melts. This is going to help to make sure that they're very smooth, because we don't want a hard candy that's going to pull our Oreo off the stick. Now we can begin to dip our Oreos. Take the Oreo, holding it by the stick, and turn it into your candy melts until it is fully coated. I set our Oreo Pops off to the side to let them set up, and now we can work on our syrup glaze that's going to go on top of our pancake Oreo Pop. To do this, combine your syrup, corn syrup, and a little bit of brown food coloring. Our candy melts that we've dipped our Oreos into have completely set up, and now we can start to add on our final details. I'm going to be starting with the pancake because that's the simpler one. To decorate this, I've got our maple syrup glaze, and this is totally optional, but I've also just cut out a little bit of yellow fondant into some squares to look like little pads of butter. To decorate your pancake, start by drizzling on a little bit of your maple syrup glaze. Allow it to flow off the sides, and then add on your fondant butter. I set our pancake pops off to the side to allow the glaze to firm up, and now we can start to work on our bunnies. These ones are a little bit more detailed, so we're going to start with some white candy melt. I put them into a piping bag fitted with a number 1 tip for the most control. The first thing we want to do is pipe on an oval shape towards the bottom of the Oreo to look like his mouth. Then on the wax paper, pipe on 2 ovals for his ears. Well, once your white candy melts have set, then melt down your black candy melts. Put it into a piping bag fitted with a number 1 tip as well, and pipe 2 small circles on the top of the Oreo for eyes and 2 eyebrows. Then melt down your pink candy melts, put it in a piping bag, again fitted with a number 1 tip. Pipe 2 small circles next to your white oval for rosy cheeks and a triangle for a nose. Pipe some of your pink candy melts in the middle of the ear in a zigzag pattern. Then melt down your teal candy melts, put it into a piping bag fitted with a number 1 tip. Pipe a triangle with some curved insides for his napkin. Allow that to set up, and while you're doing that, take some of your syrup glaze and pipe that as well onto his face to look like he's just been eating all the pancakes. Then attach your napkin using a little bit more teal. Pipe a thin strip on the bottom and add on the napkin. Allow that to set and then flip it over. Pipe on 2 dots where you want your ears. Place on the ears and pipe a little bit more candy melts on the back to ensure they stick. And here we have them, our Wreck-It Ralph 2 Ralph Breaks the Internet inspired Oreo Pops that we made today. We took Oreos and dipped them in many different candy melts, added some glazes, and turned them into these cute things here. If you happen to make these, please share them with me on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to make these, remember the recipe is in the description below. Also, new videos come out every Thursday, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, savor life and make it sweet.